Good morning, besties. It's 9:30 and I'm getting ready for school right now. I'm doing my makeup at home. I was gonna do it on the bus, but I don't want to take that much stuff today. Just because I didn't go to school yesterday, so I wasn't able to bring in the dresses or whatever. I'm gonna be taking them in today and I don't want to have like too much stuff in my bag, you know? Okay, besties. So while I'm blending out my foundation, I'm gonna be telling you guys a little bit of tea because I don't know if I got myself into some drama. Okay, so basically what had happened was yesterday when I was like doing my little printing stuff or trying to print out my stuff or whatever, I got a notification that someone from my school had commented on my video because I had recognized her profile. So I clicked on the comment or whatever and she was laughing about the girl that had gotten stomped on. She was like, oh yeah, she sure did get stomped on, so sad, lame-o. And then obviously that just rubbed me the wrong way because like that's hella fucked up. Like, why are you laughing at someone that got stomped on, you know? So then I replied to her comment because obviously it rubbed me the wrong way and I'm gonna say what I want to say on my page. So I had told her, I was like, but it's not funny though, like you shouldn't laugh at people when they're down because it's funny until it happens to you, right? And then she felt some type of way because she responded back to me. She was like mad or whatever. She was like, next time you shouldn't be getting into people's drama if you don't know, something like that. Like, I'm gonna show you guys a screenshot. So then she like tried to tag someone else or whatever, and it was so crazy because that girl that she tagged I had literally gone on a field trip with to like the sewer plant thing. So then I seen that and I was like, what the heck, like not this girl trying to start drama. And those girls are not even on my side, you guys, because my school is pretty small, but like we have different sides because we're in different programs. So then I was thinking to myself, I was like, I don't even see these girls, like they're just trying to start some drama, like I'm not gonna entertain it, so I just blocked her or whatever. And then obviously I was trying to tell my sister because I tell my sister everything, and I had tried to send her the screenshot or whatever, but I didn't notice I had accidentally sent it to my teacher. So this is when I had accidentally realized I had sent her the screenshot because she didn't understand what was happening, and like she texted me or whatever, and I was like, oh my god, so sorry. And there's the proof right there or whatever. You can pause to read, girl. I'm not gonna do too much, but you can pause it. And then I just stopped thinking about it. I took a nap and then I woke up to this right there. And I was like, what the heck? Like, did it get back to her? Like, I don't know if the teacher said something to her or whatever. And then that freaking guy ended up leaving the group chat. Like, I don't even know why he's getting into girls' problems anyway. Like, are you a female, bro? Like, that's just hella weird. But I carry pepper spray with me at all times. So if people want to get down, I'm not fighting, girl. I don't want to go back into them times of my life. Like, I'm not fighting nobody, you know? So I'm going to just be like, yeah, you can fight me, but I'm going to just defend myself the right way. And because I'm not going to do that. Like, I have way too many followers to be getting my ass beat. Like, I'm not doing that, honey. Like, no. And the crazy thing about it, bro, was that the girl that had set up the meeting was her. She was the main one that was like, no fighting, no drama, no inviting other people from different schools because we don't want no fighting. It's just weird, bro. And then mind you, the day before senior skip day, that girl had walked up to me, the one that had commented under my video. She walked up to me and she was like, are you still coming? Like, you know, you should come and stuff like that. So it's just like, bro, like, were they trying to set me up? I don't know, girl. I don't know. But thank God I wasn't there on time. Like, God does everything for a reason. So yeah, besties. Anyways, that was the tea or whatever. I'm gonna let you guys know how school goes today. And I hope you guys have a great day, besties. Bye.
I got called off of work, so we're gonna do a little story time of what it was like being friends with a pick-me girl. It's gonna be a little bit longer of a story time because I'm gonna go through every single product I use. I'm using hyaluronic acid by List. So this was like the first ever job I worked at. I was 15 years old. And if you're dying to know, my first job was at Canada's Wonderland. Literally the most ratchet place ever to work at. I feel like every kid in the GTA had a job there at some point. List caffeine eye cream. I'm just going in with my Tatcha water cream. I have a lot of stories from my first year working there, but anyways, so everyone pretty much hated me. I'm joking, they didn't hate me, but it was like the type of place where drama would start literally out of nowhere. Like, I remember this one time some girl came up to me in the staff room and was like, heard you're talking shit about me. And I'm literally a baby. I'm like, no, I haven't. And then all of a sudden me and this girl got beef because apparently some girl with brown hair was talking shit about her in the fucking like food court. Glow recipe drops. Anyway, so I meet this girl who is giving me very much like, oh, I'm the it girl. Like, here, let me give you a rundown of what's going on in this place. House Labs in 175 light neutral. So I kind of became friends with this girl because she kind of like clinged on to me. It was just always where I was. And like literally right off the bat, I knew this girl was a pick-me girl because the first thing like she'd say to me was like, oh, you see that guy over there? Yeah, I hooked up with him. Oh, him? I also had sex with him. And apparently this girl slept with 2 managers and she's also like 16, 15 years old and the managers are like 18, 19. She's like, you can't tell anyone because it's like illegal. Also, I always like to go in with this Sigma color corrector just under my eyes. Anyway, so our conversations always just consisted of her being like, yep, this guy just looked at me today, this guy did this today, and there was this one guy that I kind of liked. And of course she'd also be like, yeah, low-key, I think he's like into me. One size in light 2 concealer. Anyways, there's this one guy in particular that she really liked and would so openly flirt in front of. Guys, it was literally embarrassing. Like, she would like purposely like unbuttoned her shirt, and it was like the most cringiest thing ever. Like, very overtly being flirty and stuff like that. And I think she got him like a little birthday present too. Like I think it was a bracelet or a necklace. And it was clear that this guy was not into her. There's this other girl that worked there, mommy, like literally so hot. She's like a hot older girl. And this girl was just trying to convince herself that like they were just friends and that he really is just so into her. Rare Beauty bronzer in Happy Soul. Guys, I kid you not, she camped out in the staff room waiting for him to come in. And there were like 3 boys in the staff room at the time. And as soon as that guy walked in, she took her shirt off. I'm not even joking. She waited until he came in so she could take her shirt off, and she was wearing a red like lingerie bra. It did backfire on her though, because all those guys started talking shit. Fenty in the shade Amber. Even though she was a pick-me, she's probably one of the least toxic people that work there. My makeup's not done, so check out part 2 for my first kiss.
Get ready with me for work as I tell you how I literally forgot to invite my closest friends to my wedding. You're gonna need a coffee for this one. And to my friends who are watching this that I forgot to invite to my wedding, I'm so sorry. Okay, for starters, I was pretty much like barely involved in the planning of my wedding because my older sister just handled it all. She's an angel. Shout out to Sada. And I was finishing up my last semester of dental school, like getting ready for graduation, so I literally didn't have time to plan a wedding. So my sister literally did everything. I was in a whole other state. I was in Pennsylvania finishing up my last year of dental school. I was never really the person who like dreamed of a beautiful wedding and planning my wedding. Like I wasn't really into the whole thing. I just wanted to do it to get married and live with my man. Plus we were students and we were on a budget. Anyways, that's a story for another day. So I had a bridal shower and I literally invited all my close friends. It's not a lot. I don't have a lot of friends. To my bridal shower, and at the shower I was telling them, yeah, we're gonna have like a small wedding, but you guys are obviously invited. So I verbally told them like, hey, you're invited to the wedding, okay? Also, these are my closest friends, so I kind of just assumed that they knew they were invited. But my family was in charge of sending out the invitations, like my sister, so I never physically sent them out. I'm using NARS. Also, if you know me, you know that sometimes I could be like an airhead and just forget stuff, like I'm very forgetful. So pretty much I never sent out the invitations. So my friends never got to know when was the wedding, like what time, what date, what location. And I still low-key blame them for this, but not any single one of them texted me and was like, hey, when's the wedding so we can come? Because they knew it was in that month. So fast forward to the wedding, we already entered and I'm looking around to see in the crowd like who I know, where my friends are. And I'm literally asking my sister like, where's Yasmin? Where's Reem? Where's this? Where's this? I'm like asking for my friends. To be honest, I don't have a lot of friends, so I think it was like 3 of them. Mind you, I did have a very small wedding. We had to limit the guests. It was like a COVID wedding. So I literally asked my sister, I'm like, go make rounds and like try to find my friends. An hour into the wedding and they're like, no, they're still not here. And I'm like, how could they not show up to my wedding? I got so mad. I literally checked my Instagram stories and I see that my friend Yasmin posted she was in a coffee shop. And I was like, are you kidding me? I didn't let it ruin my night, but the next day I texted them and I was like, how could you guys skip my wedding? Acting like mad, like I put ... And they literally respond like, you didn't invite us ... And that's the moment I realized I felt so dumb. And the reason that they didn't text me to be like, hey, when's your wedding is because I had told them it was a small wedding. So they thought they weren't invited. That's so sad. My wedding was a hot mess.
Get rid of me when I tell a story about drama with my first boyfriend in 5th grade. So everyone in my 5th grade class was pretty close. And at the time, Musical.ly was very popular. And we had a group chat on Musical.ly. There was this guy in my class, I'm going to call him Messi, because he was a soccer player, and that's like the only soccer player name I know. And we liked each other. So on Musical.ly, we would like text, and I don't know, he ended up asking me to be his girlfriend, and I was just like, oh my god, yes. In the group chat, we were playing Truth or Dare, and someone dared Messi to kiss me. And Messi was really, like, he didn't care, like, he was a daredevil. So he was like, yeah, like, he said yes. And then over here, I'm like, freaking nervous. Like, I didn't really want to, but at the same time, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get my first kiss. So we were supposed to plan it the next day. At school, our teacher wasn't there, and then we go out for recess,
and I was playing basketball with my friends because that's what we did all the time. And then my friend Carolani, I'm just gonna say her name because it doesn't matter anymore. She went up to me, and then she was like, "Go to the tree, like you're gonna go get kissed by Messi." Like I forgot, she wasn't saying exactly that, but that's basically what she was saying. So then I was like, "No, like I don't want to." Like I was nervous. Finally get there, and there's all these like people around, and there's also the second grade class. They weren't supposed to be there. That was a big kid playground, but they're there. We went behind the tree, and then everyone's like, do it, telling Messi, and I'm over here just like there standing like like all awkward. He ended up kissing my cheek. It was pretty slobbery, not gonna lie. And then that was it. Like we literally went away from each other after. Carolani's little brother, he was a second grader, I think, or I don't know what grade it was, and he went to his teacher and told him that he saw the big kids kiss. I was freaking nervous when Carolani told me that her brother went to go tell, and she was laughing. I was like, girl, it's not funny. Like, it's not funny. So nothing happened, and then the next day came around, and then we're going out to recess again, and my teacher runs in with the second grade teacher, and they started talking. Like, my teacher was like, guys, keep going outside. I'll meet y'all over there. So I was like, oh my God, she's telling her. Then nothing happened, so I was like, oh, maybe she didn't tell her. And then we went back to class, and everything was normal, and then I hear her call Messi's name. I was like, oh my God, like, it's happening. So they're out there for a while, and then after he came back in, she called me and Carolani's name. And then she was just basically asking us, like, what's going on, like, what happened. She was like, did you want to kiss him? And I was like, no, not really. And then she was like, well, why did he then? And I was like, because someone dared us. And at the time, I didn't realize the reason that he was getting in trouble was because I guess it wasn't consensual. I didn't realize that at the time. Now that I'm older and looking back at it, that's probably why it was such a big deal. And my teacher was like, so why did you go over there then? And I was like, because Carolani kept pushing me and kept telling me to go. And I told her no, but she kept pushing me over there, and I went. So then obviously Carolani's like, no, I didn't, not wanting to get in trouble. I was like, yes, you did. You did do it. So I was super scared she was going to tell my parents. And I'm Mexican, so, like, you don't, like, you know if you know.
Get ready with me while I spill all the tea about the drama that went down at the Sephora I used to work at. When I first started at Sephora, I was so excited because I had been a loyal customer for so many years, and I was super into makeup at the time, and I just thought it would be like such a fun job to have. Although I will say, first red flag is that the pay is so bad. I make more than double as a nanny than I made at Sephora. Also, when I had been working there for a while and I got a raise, they raised me less than $1 per hour. Like, what even is the point? However, the biggest tea that went down is when 4 of our best employees were fired. In December, we had a company Christmas party, but it was outside of work. It took place at one of the manager's homes, and it was nice. However, after that party, 4 of our best employees, which included 3 managers and the store director, who is top dog of the whole store, were let go. All of the other employees were totally shocked and confused. And the weirdest part of the situation was that it was like so hush-hush. Nobody knew why they were let go, and nobody would tell us. It was a good while before I finally found out all the tea about what really happened. So apparently at this Christmas party, towards the end of it, after I had already left, 2 of the employees at the Christmas party apparently kissed 2 women, which, big deal, who cares? It's outside of work, you know what I mean? It was 2 of the managers who were let go, and I'll tell you why the other people were let go as well. So come to find out, nobody had even given a second thought to this like stupid little thing that happened, except for one of the other managers who was always like gossiping and starting drama. She had called our like I Care Sephora line where you can like report things, and she reported them for what happened. Not only did she snitch about this stupid little kiss situation and got 2 of the managers fired, she ended up getting one of our other managers fired, who was responsible for all the deliveries, all the back stock, everything like that. And this person had been at Sephora for 20 years. 20 years. And you want to know why she got fired?
because she had the same baby daddy as one of the other managers that got fired and just knew her on a personal level. But they had been working together at this store for like an extended period of time with never any issues. So it was like the dumbest reason ever to let her go. It made no sense. And then I guess they let our store director go because she like knew all this was going on, even though there was really nothing even going on. And I'll say these were 4 of our best employees in the entire store. Like, they were amazing at what they did, and they were fired for basically no reason. It was just crazy to me how Sephora treated them as completely dispensable and like disregarded all their hard work and years of experience. What was even funnier to me is that the new management that they hired sucked, and the new store director also sucked, and she looked like her makeup was done by a child's Barbie makeup kit. That sounds so mean, but like, I just legitimately was thinking her makeup looks so terrible. How are you gonna make her the store director of a makeup company? And it didn't make it any better that I was salty that they had let go our awesome store director before. Then COVID hit, and anybody who was not full-time, so basically part-time employees, which was a lot of our employees, were fired with no notice and no severance pay. Just gone. One of my good friends was put in this position because she was a student who was also working part-time, and she was stressed the fuck out because they just fired her unexpectedly with no extra pay. I was just honestly appalled at the lack of care that they had for their employees, and I ended up leaving Sephora shortly after that. So yeah, I guess moral of the story is it was a really disappointing experience and I would never work there again. And to top it all off, what I thought was kind of funny is the day I'm making this video, I went into Ulta earlier and one of the other managers was working there. I just thought it was kind of a funny coincidence, or was it? Anyway, comment down below if you've worked there and what your experience was. I'm curious to hear if this is kind of like a universal thing or if I just had like a really weird experience. But yeah, that was all the tea of working at Sephora. Never again.
Hey guys, so I'm back with my story time. Get ready with me. So this story time is going to be about how my family caught me with the secret boyfriend that I had. Okay, so I met this man at a party, a quinceañera, that I was not allowed to go to because I'm going to do another story time about that, but yeah. So I met him at a quinceañera. We talked a little bit there, but like barely anything because I was actually into another guy during that time. But yeah. The most we talked was probably like a couple words and that's it. Okay, so this was July. Let's fast forward to October or September, I think. Okay, so it's now September. We're gonna call this man Ryan. So Ryan had requested me on Instagram, right? I didn't think anything of it here. I accepted it. I followed him back there, right? And then I had posted on my Instagram story, who wants to be added to my close friends. He put yes, so I added him, and he replied to my close friend story, and he was asking me if we were from the same pueblo or not. So yeah. Okay, we started talking from there, and he like asked me out on a date or whatever, like later on, and okay, like I said, he asked me on a date, but be aware that I have really strict Hispanic parents, so I was down, but I didn't know how I was going to be able to with my parents being so strict about me with guys. Like, literally, guys, like, they're so strict, like, crazy strict. Let's not mind the lips, it literally fucking disappeared. Okay, but basically, right, so we never went on the fucking date because it was really hard for me, but we still could like continue talking. But when we first started talking, I was really clear that I wanted to just be friends with him, but a man made me fall for him, I guess, whatever. But yeah, right, so yeah, so we started talking. Okay, the jazz when like you're in the talking stage, you guys go out. So as I said, I have really strict parents, so I had to lie to my parents about who I was gonna go with and how I was gonna get there, right? So one of my really close friends, Alondra, that's her real name, Alondra, thank you for literally always helping me out to go out with the freaking guy. So basically, Alondra's mom was gonna take us to the mall, right? The Irvine Spectrum, if you guys know what that is. She was gonna take us there. She was gonna drop us off, and he was gonna meet me there, right? So that was the plan. And my mom, she's my god sister, by the way, so that's why she freaking trusts her with her life. Okay, right? So I meet Ryan there, and then Alondra goes off with her little boo thing. So so she was helping me out. So you know the Jazz, you know, we were just at the mall or whatever, right? So the plan was that my friend was gonna get picked up by her mom and the guy was gonna take me home. But that did not go as planned. So the guy that I was with, he took all of us home. We wanna go drop off. Never mind, he's a crazy Jazz driver. So he was supposed to drive all of us. Oh my gosh, go to freaking part 2.